So 5 years into YouTube, I thought I would be way more chill by now, but I still have those moments where I upload a video, close YouTube Studio, and somehow I'm back in YouTube Studio 30 seconds later, like it's going to tell me something new. The funny thing is, I did get calmer after 5 years, just not because I figured YouTube out. I got calmer because the way I looked at YouTube changed. So I want to walk you through a few things I started thinking differently. Because if you're earlier in the journey, this might save you some unnecessary stress. Early on, every upload felt like an exam. If the video did well, I'll be like, okay, I'm a real creator now. And if it didn't, I would immediately rewrite the story. Maybe I'm not good at this, maybe I'm not uploading enough, maybe I should pivot my entire channel, maybe I should change niche. Which, looking back, is kind of funny because it's just a video, but it made sense at the time. When you're starting out, views are basically the only feedback you can see. You don't have a big community yet, you don't have years of proof, so you grab onto the one thing YouTube is very loud about: numbers. The problem is, I was basically letting YouTube analytics decide my mood every single video launch. I would get affected so badly, and that's not a great system. What changed for me is I started seeing each upload as a rep, not a verdict, not a sign from the universe, just I shipped something, I learned something, I got a little better. And once you approach it like that, it's weirdly freeing because you stop needing every video to prove you're talented. You just need to keep showing up. For a long time, I was chasing that one video. You know, that overnight success, the one that finally makes everything make sense. And again, totally understandable at that time because that's the story we all hear. Someone posts one video, it pops off, their life changes overnight. But the downside is when you build your motivation around rare events, most normal weeks start to feel like failure because most weeks are not breakthroughs. Most weeks are just another week. And if that week feels like you're losing, you're gonna burn out even if you're actually doing fine. So I started seeing growth as compounding. You don't notice it day to day, but over months it actually stacks. You get a little better at speaking, a little better at structuring, a little better at choosing topics you actually care about, and work with the audience. And the goal stops being trying to go viral. The goal slowly changes and becomes staying in this game long enough for the work to add up. Compounding is real. Here's something you don't want to hear: playing the long game. YouTube is basically a dopamine vending machine. You post something, you get a spike of activity, you check comments, you refresh analytics. And I'm not judging, I still do it sometimes, but the issue is if I only chase what pops quickly, I start making videos I don't even want to be known for. Or I start repeating myself because I'm chasing the result, not building a body of work. So I started asking a question that sounds simple but changed a lot for me, and that is, will I still be proud of my channel in 12 months? Not will it perform, not will people click, but will the future me stand by this? And when you ask that question, you automatically start making different decisions. You choose topics that matter to you, you create videos with an aim, you become more honest, you don't force yourself into a personality that gets clicks but feels exhausting to maintain. It's not that you stop caring about performance, you just stop letting performance be the only voice in the room. When people say be consistent, most of us hear post more often. And posting often can help, sure, but I realized there's another kind of consistency that matters more, and that is being who I am. I've done phases where I posted twice a week, but I was stressed, rushed, and permanently behind. And even if the channel grew, it feels great, but I didn't like who I became while doing it. So I started redefining consistency as identity. Consistency is me being someone I can realistically keep showing up as, and also give the right information to my audience. It is not about what value I want to give, it's about what value my audience wants to receive. And when you start protecting that, your channel gets clearer because you're not constantly swinging between different formats trying to find what works. At some point, I realized YouTube isn't one game. There's shorts, there's search, there's suggested, there are trends, there are evergreen topics, and it's really tempting to chase all of them. You start thinking, okay, I need a short strategy, a long form strategy, and a search strategy. And suddenly you're not a creator. You're a small media company with an unpaid staff. The downside is your channel becomes confusing. Viewers might watch a video and think that was helpful, but they don't know what you're really about, so they don't come back. So I started focusing on building a home base, videos that clearly belong on my channel. Same tone, same kind of problem, same underlying promise, not because I want to be repetitive, but because I want people to know why they're here. And if you build that kind of clarity, you don't need to chase every new thing because your channel starts to feel like a place to hang out. For a long time, I treated energy like an inconvenience, like I should just be more disciplined, I should push through, which is something I'm really good at, I must admit. And discipline matters, but here's what I learned the hard way. I once spent 2 weeks forcing myself to finish videos I had no energy for. I pushed, I stayed up late, and I got it done. And the video was fine. It hit my usual numbers, but when I watched it back, I could see it in my face. Like, I looked tired, my delivery was flat, I just wanted to get it over with. Meanwhile, there's another video I made after taking breaks when I was burnt out. I came back rested, filmed it in one take, and it is still one of my best performers. So now I treat energy like an input, not a reward. It's literally how I make better videos and how I stay on YouTube long enough for anything to compound. Because when my energy is low, everything gets worse. My ideas get smaller, my scripts get messier, my delivery gets flatter. And I don't just mean the content, I mean how I talk to myself. When I'm depleted, one underperforming video feels like a catastrophe. When I'm okay, one underperforming video feels like just another day. Views and subs are the most obvious metrics, and I'm not going to pretend I don't care about them, because I do. But if those are the only measures, YouTube becomes this endless treadmill where you can grow and still feel behind. Because there's always someone bigger, there's always a new trend, there's always a video that should have done better. So I started measuring progress in my own way. And it's all about being clearer, getting to my point faster, trusting my own ideas more, not feeling anxious when I upload, and look forward to my next great video. And maybe the biggest one, is my content resonating even if I am repeating myself? Because real trust is difficult, and your channel's longevity is all about building trust. If I could go back and talk to myself in year 1 or year 2, I think I would tell myself this: stop trying to make YouTube prove something about you. 5 years in, I didn't suddenly unlock some secret. I didn't finally become immune to analytics. I just stopped making every number mean something about my worth. And when I did that, the work got lighter, and ironically, I started showing up better. If you're in the early years of your channel, I hope this gives you a bit of calm. And if you're a few years in already, I hope it reminds you, you don't need to win YouTube this week. You just need to build something you can live with. And if you want more inspiration, be sure to check out this video over here. Alright, as always, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.